How's that? Hey, Judy. Hi, Belinda. Hi, Bubba. Miss Faith is on hospice care, and we're just spending a little time snuggling right now. I don't know how much longer we have her. Hi, Doug. Oh, I don't know that she can lay like that for very long, but we'll try. Hi, Diesel. I was gaming, and I guess she heard me. I was gaming by myself, and she heard me, and I said hi, and she looked at me through my computer monitors, and she ran over. I picked her up, and I was like, okay, I guess we have to stop gaming. I need to, she ran over, I picked her up, and I was like, oh, we're going to the other channel. And yep, Doug, Bubba ended up asking me to get him something on Amazon, a handheld leaf blower. We'll see if it works. I tell you, have to give me time with Faith. You're gonna have to lay down. Lay down. I'm sorry you don't like that very much. When I go like that. You don't like that very much? He really wants attention too. I'm sorry, my dad, you have to wait, okay? You have to be patient now. You're the most patient dog in the house. Yes, you are. No, you cannot. You cannot sit in my lap. No, you have to go lay down over there. Go lay down over there. Go over there. Go. Go lay down with your tail wagging. Go lay down over there. Okay, kisses. That's it. That's all I can give. Stop it. Stop giving. Go. I gave you a kiss. Go back over there. My hands are full. There's another kiss. Go lay down. Go. Go over there and lay down. Put your lip down. Put your lip down. I'm not doing it. I'm ignoring you now. I'm ignoring you. Go over there and lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Good boy. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go right there and lay down. No, I'm ignoring you now. Goofy head. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go over there and lay down. You cannot get up here right now. No, sir. No, sir. You cannot fit right here. Do you know she's in hospice care? She's in hospice care. Stop. This is not the kissy section. Go lay down. My dad, go lay down. Go. Let Miss Faith have some one-on-one time. My goodness, Lord Jesus. Good boy. Good boy. He went and laid down. Finally laid down over there. Goofy head. Hi, Michael. I'm glad she's laying here peacefully because she was laying in my lap and her heart touches her esophagus when it beats now when she's so old, and she started coughing. She couldn't lay there very long. So right now she's doing real good with it. If you are a subscriber, you'll know she's in hospice care. She's not doing very good. She probably has organ failure, and we're doing the best we can to keep her alive and happy and comfortable. You can check out the shorts and the videos I've uploaded of feeding her. She's gotten really picky. But she's walking around. She seems to be happy. Thank you, Dory. She's between 18 and 20 years old. That's a long time, isn't it? We did a lot of great things when she was alive and younger. I mean alive and younger. We traveled a lot. She's got to go to Broken Bow, Oklahoma, camping. She's been to Padre several times. She loves the beach. Miss Faith and Miss Saki right there. She's also... Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I moved and she was like, "Where'd you go?" Are you okay, Miss Faith? You okay, girl? You okay? I better not move again. She might want to get up. She doesn't lay in my lap very much anymore because she can't do it, you know. But yeah, we have had lots of good memories. Oh, she's snoring a little bit. She loves the beach. Maybe she just loved being with me at the beach. Faith. 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 She's always listening to if I'm on the computer and I go to a different room, she could be knocked out and she'll like totally follow me away. I'll like go to the bathroom and she's like outside the bathroom, like she is my shadow. You never know when it's gonna be the last time, you know. Sometimes the last time is a surprise. Ghost girl, I have had cats. They're all rescued now. You don't walk around every day planning for the last time. He can hear me crying. I'm okay, Mai Tai. I'm okay. You're gonna piss her off if anything. It's okay. I'm okay, Mai Tai. I'll stop crying. She's growling. It's okay, Mai Tai. Thank you for coming over here. Thank you. I stop crying now. I stop crying now, okay? Thank you, Mai Tai. Thank you. She's gonna get pissed. Okay, go over there. Go lay down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I started crying. Go Mai Tai. Go over there. Go lay down. Go lay down. And he came over here like a heartbeat, huh? Thank you, Mai Tai. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you, Mai Tai. Thank you. You're so compassionate. So compassionate. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay. I've got myself back together. Oh my God. I got myself back together. Okay, hold on. Thank you. He's gonna lay next to me now. Oh my goodness. I made myself cry on that. You wipe my tears away. What I was saying was, Mai Tai is available for adoption if anybody's interested. What an amazing dog. What I was saying was Mai Tai is available for adoption. He's such an amazing dog. He came right over when he heard me crying. What are you doing to yourself? Okay, well, that's gross. Okay, stop. Okay, this is too much now. Okay. All right, Mai Tai, come over here. Sit down. I appreciate the love. Go over here. You're making me cough. You cough. Everyone's coughing. My good Lord Jesus. Gosh. What I was trying to say before I shook myself up was, you never plan for the last time you're going to do something. You don't say, well, this will be the last time I see you. You know, you don't walk through life saying that. And then all of a sudden, the last time happens. And he does love me a lot, Ghost. He loves me a lot. And it's all in God's timing. If no one adopts him, he never has to go anywhere. But I was thinking, you know, you don't plan for the last time. The last time usually just happens and... Oh, she's gonna growl. Look, both y'all are mean dogs at times. So if she tries to bite you, right, Right, he went. Goofy head. She will get up and snap and bite his nose or something like that with her 2 teeth. But you never plan. I didn't think like the last time I saw my mom would be the last time I saw her, you know? It just happened. One time I was taking one of my dogs, Suey, to the veterinarian because it was his last day. But I was trying to make him more comfortable. I don't know what I was doing. I just reacted, and I should have just held him for a few hours and he would have probably passed away in my arms. But I loaded him into the car, went to the veterinarian because I worked at the veterinarian. Went there. My parents met me there. This is a dog named Suey. And I didn't know that would be the last moment I had with him in my house. Because when we got to the vet, and by the way, it's true, if they take blood, it can help, but it can kill him too. So they took blood, they took a lot of blood, and Bubba is my dad, he's here right now. He said later after Suey passed away, he had a heart attack in my arms, and my dad said, well, they took so much blood. As soon as they took that 3rd vial, he had a heart attack and he's gone, you know. He yelled out, ah, 3 times, my dad said. For me, my mom, and my dad, we were all standing there with the veterinarian holding him. He had a heart attack in my arms, a dog, my dog, you know. So now I've lost a lot of pets because if you work with animals, you rescue animals, it happens. You do go to the vet, but you don't run to the vet every single time something happens. You wait a second, you breathe, you evaluate. You might wait it out, you might not. But you don't always run if you know you're at the end anyway. You might want to take some time to enjoy that last moment you might be having. But when me and Suey were driving to the veterinarian in our own car, I didn't think then that the moments in my house that I ended up filming, and they're on the playlist called Personal with Dede, I didn't know that those moments would be my last moments with him alive, you know. My Ty's nudging me. Sorry about that. So now we're hanging out with Miss Faith. She's comfortable, and obviously she can growl at my Ty, so she knows this is time for her. And I'm hanging out here with you so that if I have to say goodbye to her, I can always come back here and watch this video and many others, because I will forget in death that I did or didn't do the best I could, you know. Do you ever do that? Have you had to say goodbye to someone and you feel like when you look back, you feel like in doubt that, did you do your best? You know, were you a jerk? Could you have done better? Did you make time? Did you slow down life and breathe it in with that individual, that person, or that animal? Or did you just keep working hard and never making time, or you're always snappy and rude, or always grumpy and overworked? When I look back, I want to be able to try to remember some of these moments where I can recall for myself in the video, like, yeah, I sure did, Dede. Don't worry, you weren't as perfect as a dog, but you did try your hardest. And as much as I might cry right now, I looked right over at this guy and was like, he's gonna run over here if I start crying, dude. Oh, and he did, dude. What does he smell my tears or what? Doug said, I just found another small lump starting on my dog Daisy's side. I'm so sorry. Thank you, my Ty, for being alert. You are an amazing dog. Go lay down, though, please. Thank you. I promise I will give you some one-on-one time tonight. Just not right at this moment, okay? I promise. Aw, thanks, Ghost Girl. Where have you been all of our YouTube career, man? There's so much for you to catch up on. Those lumps are going to come with old age, with old dog age, with problems, with overeating, undereating. Those lumps are going to come to our dogs, and some of them are going to get big and big and big, and some of them are going to stay small, and some of them are going to multiply, and some will do nothing for years. Sometimes there's a bigger problem like organ failure. We see a lump and we can recognize it, like this lump right here on her head, a mole. Dogs getting older get lots of those little bumps. And so do we. We get some in our neck, in between our joints. Thank you for the sub. We get some on our hands, in between our thighs, in between where skin rubs skin. We get a lot. So Doug, don't worry too much about the lump you found on Miss Daisy. I do groom a lot of dogs with a lot of lumps, and some of them are massive. And usually that's not the reason they pass away. It's something else. How much lumpy stuff do you have, Bubba? Hey, Miss Pookie. Psst, you can't chew that up, okay, buddy boy? I'm gonna look at my tie over here. All the other big dogs are in the master bedroom, getting ready. They're already asleep. They're sleeping. But because Faith isn't doing so well, in order to get my one-on-one time with her, I have to put some people up. I have to put some dogs away. But they're all on the king-size bed, enjoying themselves right now, eavesdropping as best they can through the door. Hi, Chisholm. Hey, Marcia, you're late, but I'm joking. Doug says, Dede has some dogs for adoption. Contact her through myfavoritegroomer.com. Chisholm says, my buddy's snoring next to me. Oh, we love those doggy snores, huh? What's funny is that if you ever get to sleep next to, or your family members like Bubba snoring, what's funny is that for me, at least, in my world, if you're a human and you're snoring, it's like we got to order that snoring pillow or get you a mouth guard, sit you up in an electronical bed. But my dog snoring, oh, I could turn that up. Doug said, my dog just went upstairs to go to bed. That is hilarious. Are you following? How many of you out there are like yourself and your dog, and that's it? Or are you too young and you have yourself, your dog, and your family in the same house? Funny, I call Buster Bubba as a nickname. That's pretty cool. I do believe God is good and God will put you where you need to be, and you need to be right here, right now with us. Hi, Judy. Miss Faith, if I move, guess what? She will be up in a heartbeat, but she looks so comfortable, doesn't she? Ghost says, I'm with my cat. Yeah, I might have forgot, huh? I think you said you have a cat. One or more than one? Cats usually live a very long time. If you can, not everybody can, but if you can, try to keep your cat till the cat's 30 years old. If you want to do that, I'll give you some tips right now. So I groom a lot of aggressive or senior and disabled cats. I've been doing it for over 23 years. And when I rescue a cat, I do my best. Yeah, cats can be 30 years old if you do it right. So cats, right, they get really sick. They usually get some form of diabetes or some kind of ailment that's a slow killer. Like it takes years off of their life and they pass away, but they die in years. And because of that, I'm going to tell you some secrets. Now, sometimes it might not work out. Ghost says, I have a black cat named Salam. Ooh, Salam. Chisholm's like 30? Wow, I know. I wish we could get dogs to do that, right? So Miss Faith here is between 18 and 20. And Miss Saki over there is around 16. And I have these big dogs because I picked up a stray pit bull and she had puppies in my care. But I believe I've done these two dogs that I got fairly early in their life. She's gonna growl, see? Mai Tai. Mai Tai is also very mean to other dogs. Mai Tai. Over here. Sit down over there. Sit. Great, now please stay at downward dog. I'm just kidding. Down. Look at Brownie over there. Stay down. Stay. So I did a lot of things really cool with Saki and Faith that I believe helped them to stay alive so long. Judy says, took her cat, she is 13, my mom's cat. Nobody wanted her. 18 to 20 is a long life for Faith. I know, Judy. Isn't that awesome? And I think he said my mom's cat, something. I didn't catch it. It went away too fast. But going back to keeping your cat alive for a long time, the type of litter that you use, I find that if you just use dirt or clay, just pure from the earth, and you can get it at Walmart, and it's $1 a bag. I mean, it's a huge bag. It's cheap, and cats in the wild, trust me, I know from my family member, they will make a cat litter box in the dirt. I don't suggest you have an outdoor cat, unfortunately, because there's just too many diseases that they can get. Fleas and a bunch of other stuff they can bring home, including eat a rat with rat poisoning and pass. So I don't recommend if you have a cat that you have an outdoor cat. But just having a really basic cat litter, okay? Which you can even throw into your compost bin in your yard if you make one and just put it back into the earth if you did that, because it doesn't have a bunch of chemicals. So if you have a lot of cat litter, there's a lot of different choices out there. If you have a really basic earth, it's just like being the earth. It's just like clay. It's just like dirt. Now, does it smell like a bunch of smells? No, it doesn't. Look up how they make fragrance. They use thousands of chemicals to come up with a fragrance that we love to do facial, soap, and detergent. So keep that in mind. If you have a fragrance-free cat litter, there's no chemicals in it. Having a cat litter like that is where your cat gets in, it wipes their feet, licks their feet, cleans themselves. They're not going to be licking any chemicals all over their paws, into their mouth, and in digestive system. That's one way you can have a very old cat. The next way is what you feed the cat to eat. So I once carried a lot of cat food, different types, and I decided that I couldn't compete with the big businesses that you guys order your cat and food from, cat and dog food from. A small business like me cannot order that much dog food or cat food and not have it expire and then make no money, and then you just donate it. We can't afford to do, we can't do it. So big companies that you order your dog and cat food from, they can order in bulk. And then if you haven't noticed, they'll sell, some major companies will combine all the expired and sell it for cheaper by the pound from their warehouses. So they can get away with doing some weird stuff so they don't have a total loss on cat and dog food. But when I decided that I would carry cat food, I went through some training and I picked a really cool and awesome canned cat food brand. But in that as well, I've taken education on, hi Emran, I've taken education on feeding raw diet. And in the mix of all the educations that I've taken and raising rescue cats and helping them get rescued out and rehome them, I have found if you can, one, learn how to feed raw, then you would be, when you buy your chicken, you cut it all up just like Mr. Doug. Doug feeds raw food to his dog. And I can say, if I were to take Miss Faith here and try to give her raw meat tonight, she probably wouldn't do well. She's so old and her body is a certain way right now. But if you start early and you can keep your temperatures for your raw food, that means your cat is literally getting just raw chicken, organic, right? Hopefully, organic raw chicken at a certain temperature, and that's it. Boom, done. You can even do raw fish, but remember, things can get funky with worms if you're going to do the raw. So let's say you don't have the time, patience, or the money to do raw food, which is meat, raw meat for a cat. Then you can go into a really high quality canned food, which is like up to $5 a can. So if I had a cat, which I did, I had cats and rescue dogs, and it was very expensive. So I would have the canned cat food and buy it wholesale price, right? But if I had one cat in my life, maybe 2 or 3 cats in my life, I would just do the raw, is what I would do for a cat. And that, my friend, if you had just organic chicken, the right temperature, you learn how to do the raw, then you'll never go back because it's so easy. And you don't mix any preservatives, you don't have any gunk in it, you don't have any stuff that you don't need for the cat. I mean, this is really cool. I would totally do that. And the same thing with dogs. So I feel like Faith, Sucky, they're really old. I hope to have my bigger dogs that are young to live that long. And feel like I've done it right. In their life, they've drinking lemon water in a glass bowl for a very long time, Miss Sucky and Faith and Brownie. And I feel like that gave them a jump start in the first 10 years of their life. We've got these big dogs and they've broken that glass bowl several times. So I don't do the lemon water now, but I don't intend to not do it again. I will do it again. Lemon water, boiled water, filtered water for a very, very long time of their life. I don't mean that I never give tap water. I just mean a lot of those 3 types of waters. And I'm not saying I would even go as far as buying bottled water that's specially plastic. So plastic, we don't do that. We boil it, filter it, or add lemon essential oil, and real essential oil, not a knockoff that's super cheap. We've done that for the animals, as well as many of these dogs in this house have been cooked for. They haven't only had dry food their whole life, they've been cooked for. Like Miss Faith right now is eating pumpkin, baby food, because she's not able to process it like she should. Turkey meat, she's been on turkey, real turkey, ground turkey, and broccoli for over 2 years now. Same thing with Miss Saki. Miss Saki's on over there. Look how cute she looks. Miss Saki is on egg whites and broccoli right now because she started having skin issues and it's almost cleared up. But I think she's having a problem with poultry. So we'll know in the next couple weeks. Oh my gosh, Miss Saki looks so cute. But these are some, hopefully I'm teaching you while, well, I'm just not trying. We're just chit-chatting. I don't have to be here to tell you how to feed your dogs and stuff. But if you're curious on how to extend your animals' lives, some of the things I've talked about, I know have definitely extended their lives. Extended their lifespan, and it is amazing. I'm so grateful to be able to have Miss Faith here for nearly 20 years. And if I can get her through this little spasm she's happening, even if she does have organ failure, man, she might live a little longer, you know? Maybe a lot longer. Only God can tell. Hey, girl, can I lift your chin up? Hi. Hi, girl. Hey, girlfriend. You don't like that a lot? What if I put this underneath you? I'm gonna put this underneath you here. No, how about that? Is that okay? Oh, that's a nice little cute little face. That's a cute little face there. Hi. I don't like glitter with dust. The clay does have dust. I put a face mask on, pour it out, and then let it settle, and then it's fine. I would rather have dust than chemicals. But I mean, you have to make a sacrifice, you know? And at the end of the day, you will make your decision. And whenever, if your cats do get sick or ill, you know, I would hate for you to ever have to go through diabetes with a cat because of weight or even chemicals. And what that looks like is going to the vet every other day or twice a week to get whatever they have to do. The medicine's injected, or I don't know, it's crazy. I don't like fragrance either. Hold on, let me see if I can put you guys down here. Let me see if this is an okay view for you. I'll know in just a second. It's me. It's mommy touching your paw. You know, I just learned about the fragrance stuff recently. I had no idea that just when they put the word fragrance on the bottle, that it's like thousands of chemicals that they have to go through to make that fragrance. Is that something else or what, dude? Hold on, you're good. You're good. Is that okay? Does that work for you? That's a good girl. Obviously, do your own due diligence and research, but okay, hold on. I'm going to lift your butt just a tiny bit here. How's that? Is that okay? There you go. There you go. Is that okay? Thank you. Make sure the towel's under there just in case you have like a little blowout. What are you doing now? What's going on there, girl? I love it when she does stuff like that. Good night, Ghost. Good night from Faith. We'll see you soon. Is that a mole coming in? I better not mess with it, huh? What is that? You got a mole coming in right there? She said, leave it alone. Love you. Say love you. Say love yous. Man, that's a... Am I at the tiny yo? That's cute. It's like, can we have you just a little longer? Did someone say I have to go to work tomorrow? Man, I can't. We just have to stay here all night, all day. So, Mr. Doug, did you make it to bed with Daisy yet? Do you still need a shower? I assume not because you guys are on East Coast time. Can feel the heat on her ear. It's so warm right there. Hi, Judy. Faith is likely to be a min pin with the markings and Chihuahua mix. I never did do a DNA test though. You know, I still could order a DNA test just to know. But I got her from Lucy's Lost Loved Ones, a Chihuahua rescue. It's really a small dog rescue because I've seen her with many, many, many Chihuahuas. You did take a... It is Sunday, isn't it? So you took a... You didn't work today, huh, Doug? Took a shower earlier. So what time is it there? Like midnight? And you're still downstairs? Listen, I don't know about you, but you're up in Pennsylvania, Mr. Doug. And we're down here in Texas, and it's so chilly at night right now. I have a space heater in most of the bedrooms. And I have central heat, but I don't run it all night because I don't need to run my whole house if I'm not in every room. I think that's a waste of money. So I have the house at a base temperature, usually about 71. I don't know if that's too hot for you, but 71 is where the house is at. And I can tell you my feet are a little chilly right now, like pretty cold. And I have little socks on. But if I was up in Pennsylvania or the East Coast, I'm not really sure if... What are you doing up there? What do you keep your house at? And do you have a space heater in every room? Because I think you guys are up in the 30s or 40s, and we're down here in the 50s, I think. I don't know how y'all be doing it. I used to do... Wait, Marsha, what? Oh, heck no. Miss Marsha, you keep them degrees up there, the 2 and the 3. You keep those where you're at, okay, honey bunny? No, seriously, Marsha. So in your house, how many square feet do you have? And do you have central heat? And what's the temperature in your house right now? What do you keep your house at? And what do you have? Do you have a space heater right next to you so you stay warm? Because I think where you're at right now, it's probably, if it's 11 o'clock there, right? 10:55. And I would be like, my feet are pretty cold right now. And no, it's not 23 degrees. I was working in the addition the last 2 days. Oh, nice. That's yesterday and today. You spent your weekend working. I bet your bones are cold. I think I have 1,600 square feet. Great. I have 1,780, so we're kind of right there. Paula, hi. You have 1,600 square feet. Do you have central heat? Doug says, it's windy and cold. It was nice. 30s tomorrow, I think. Wait. It's windy and cold. It was nice? Good night, Spirit Angel. It's windy and cold. It was nice. It was nice that it was windy and cold. 30s tomorrow, I think. Oh, my goodness. Well, maybe 1,900. 1,900 square feet? That's it's a big house for one person. Doug has gas, hot, air, and set at 70. Okay, so you have your house set at 70. And Bubba says goodnight. Marcia says bigger than my house. Well, I don't think you've seen my whole house. I haven't shown you my whole house. But that's okay. You've seen quite a bit of it. And you have a ranch style. I bet that's pretty nice. I'm not jelly if your house is bigger or smaller. I'm just trying to do the math on what you keep your temperature at. Helping street dog Saganda. Hello. Oh, you can't see her now anymore, can you? Let me go this way for you. Brick. 71. Okay, you guys also do what I do. My house is at 71. As well, and I'm put the space heater that would be keeping me warm right now in a different room, and I'm needing it where I'm at right now. But Doug has 2,500 to 3,000 square feet there, and he's got a second floor. Hi from Uganda, dog rescue. Very, very cool. Keep up the good work. Let me see if I can bring you guys over here oh, sorry, bear with me now. I gotta stretch this like that. Oh, that's a pretty decent, I guess, maybe that's an okay view. That didn't last very long. Bear with me, hold on a minute. Maybe that's a good view. Hold on, we'll know in a second. Oh yeah, that's not bad, right? That's a decent view. No, the furnace keeps everything nice and warm. I only use space heaters, no central. My electric bill is low. I have small house. It's in 30s tonight in Missouri. Been 70s into daytime, mild winter for us. Mild winter down here as well, Judy. 30s tonight, brr. Yeah, I thought it was 3 floors. I didn't want to say it wrong. Plus a finished basement. Dang, that's a big house. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm a real estate agent as well, and I really love talking about houses. Sometimes, I mean, maybe if I'm petting her, I pet her a lot, but sometimes you can just be present, and she knows I'm right next to her, and she's right next to me, and she knows that and feels me and is happy, and that's okay. So you see me petting the towel over here, don't say anything. Laugh out loud. I'm so glad we're here together because I gotta be honest. If I have to say goodbye to Faith anytime soon, I'll need your support. So, Mr. Doug, Miss Daisy is your lifeline right now, your life mate right now, your dog Daisy. Suganda, this is Faith. Central heat and AC. Central was going to cost us $8,000. We decided to do heaters and window ACs. I hear ya. I built my house back when it was affordable. to build a house, and it came with all of it in there. I can't imagine what it would be now to just get an AC put in. Why, yes, I do. I guess if you have to get one replaced, it's about the same price. You know, so I can only feel your pain in trying to add that. Marcia does have central AC and heat. Okay, awesome. Doug says, yes, Daisy is. Well, I'm glad you take her to therapy and everything with you. I mean, she probably is getting some of it with her. I'm glad she's still alive and kicking. Did you try to put the socks on her and take pictures? I sent Doug's a present. I sent him, because he always sends me presents. I sent him a small present. But in there I put some brand new socks that I sell for Daisy, because she was slipping on the floors. As they get older, they will slip on the floors. And that's why in the videos you'll see I make sure to try to get Faith to be on a towel while she's eating, because the way she pushes off, it's almost like she's slipping to eat, you know? Poor thing. She's so light too, and she's definitely losing weight rather than gaining, but yeah, I'm sorry, Suganda. We don't do self-advertising here. You can't do that on it's disrespectful to channels. If somebody is interested in your channel, they do see your name and they can go on their own, but the work it takes to put in time at a YouTube channel, the last thing you want to do is go to their live feed and talk about your own page. So I will give you the opportunity to please delete that and say something different. Otherwise, it will just be taken off by myself or a moderator. I learned a very long time ago about live etiquette, and everybody has to learn at some point. Doug says, no, I didn't. I'll do it tomorrow. We'll see what she thinks. Ooh. Well, don't worry about it. I just thought maybe I'd ask, see if you put the socks on just yet. I wonder what she will think. I wonder if she'll like, oh, you better film her too. She might kick her feet like a penguin or something like that, trying to get them off. Or she might really like them since it's colder where you're at. She might like them a lot, actually. Let's look. I'm gonna let you look at Saki, how cute she looks right now, because remember I told you, you never know when you have to say goodbye, and what if. Oh, sorry, Saki. You had that covering your face a little bit. What if you didn't know, but what if we had to say goodbye to Saki first? We have laminate flooring. The dogs had to get used to it, slide around, but they got used to it. Are they young dogs or older now, Judy? Doug said she might freak out. Well, put them on while she's sleeping. So she doesn't know the difference. And then she'll wake up and just hopefully walk around. That, or she'll know you're putting them on, but I think she knocks out pretty good like a human. And you might be able to, you might get away with putting them on her feet while she's sleeping. LOL. So Misaki is doing good with her body, and I bathe her every 3 days now in a mint aloe vera shampoo. But she's still licking, and I have been letting her finish off Faith's food, like the chicken baby food and the turkey baby food. And again, I kind of think she has a poultry problem. So tomorrow I'm not going to let her have any turkey or chicken again at all. And let me see if she doesn't lick till it's like raw. Her tail's covering it right now, but you can maybe see her foot, how raw it is in there. When it's wet, it's super pink and red, as if she has it down to the skin. Doug says, I keep Daisy's paws trimmed, but the hard wood floors are slippery for her. Absolutely. Are you saying the pads of her feet are trimmed? Or the top, or both? You definitely want to make sure the pads of her feet actually contact the floor. That's why the socks are awesome. They have this slip guard on it, just like mine, like those right there. See the slip things? They kind of work. They do work actually, because I don't slip and slide, and I do have some that don't have it, and definitely you can slip and slide easier. Like, you know how a Risky Business movie does it? He runs and slides. Well, you can't do that with ones that have the sticky stuff on the bottom. Does everybody always get time to spend with their animals like this, where you turn your life off, the busyness of work, the phone, cell phones, texting, games on your phone, gaming? Do you ever sit with your animals? Do you do that? And if you do, I'm so happy you do. And if you don't, try. You also sit with yourself when you have these moments. You sit with your animal, but you do sit with yourself. And it feels relieving, understanding, compassionate. You force yourself to slow down, to breathe, to think, to consume what is going on in your present moment, to look directly into your pups' faces, your cats' faces, and you see and know where you're at right here and right now. And then once these moments go away, you're right back in the hustle and the bustle. You're riding that train again. You're going fast until you stop and slow down. And sometimes when you are in dog care, you're rescuing dogs, you're helping them, sometimes you actually stop within your own self alone, and breathe and look around and be present in that moment somewhere for yourself as a human. You might have to find a sunset or a flower or a quiet area to sit, a picnic table alone at the park, at a local park. You might need that for yourself. Even if you're not a business owner or working, just a human needs that time to see where they're at right now and be present in the emotion. If you're sad, if you're lonely, if you're hungry, if you're going through things. Judy says, yes, I sit. My cat likes to sit in the same chair above my head. Bed, she snuggles beside me under cover, wakes me up every morning like a clock, wanting to eat. That is Saki. She is ready to eat. Daisy, is so much like all of my dogs, but especially Faith. Daisy normally never lets me out of her sight. So once the big dogs came into my life, Faith got pummeled over. But she still makes her way under the doodles, beside and under the pit bulls. Excuse me. I swallowed my spit the wrong way. Hold on, I'm going to cough. But Miss Faith, okay, she goes under the doodles, literally, side by side with the pit bulls, and makes her way to see where I'm at all times. If I'm gaming, she's at my feet, and then she'll go find her comfort level or her comfort bed, wherever she wants to lay down and sleep. If I get up from gaming and go to another room, if I turn around, she's up looking at me when I thought she was in a dead sleep. if I'm in bed and I get up and I go to the bathroom, not always does she get up, but she does hear me. But that's late at night or something like that. If I'm in the living room and I go to the bathroom, she comes into the toilet room with me. She absolutely is going to be missed by me in places like shit where you sit back and you say to yourself, you're always there. You're just always there, you know. You know that street a couple streets down from where you come home all the time and you don't even know the name of it, but that street is always there. That street, you drive on it every day. You have to hit that street before you get to the main street and you don't even know the name of it. But that street is always there. So Miss Faith is always there. She's always there. She'll sit by the gate and wait for me to come home. I mean, she is always there. And it's been if she's between 18 and 20 years old, it's been that long. Always there for that long. And if you have to say goodbye to someone that's been in your life for that long, it is going to be a heartbreak. It is going to break my heart. So the other day, when I was holding her and crying, as if I was going to have to put her down that day, there was a point after all the crying, I was like, today is like yesterday though. I knew you were pooping in weird colors, and sometimes it looks like blood and sometimes it just looks like tar. I knew that. So what's new? Well, what's new is that now you're vomiting, and now you're vomiting for a few days. Once a day you vomit, once a day you have diarrhea, and the color doesn't look good. Okay, what else, right? We knew that this was going to come. We knew it. So last year, Faith ate some or licked her paws. This is what I'm talking about, that cat litter. Faith licked her paws from walking outside and licked some chemicals in her mouth, and she got sick twice. And we on live YouTube, we hospice cared her twice in 2025, and she survived. She is like a champ. She's a fighter. So I thought, she's not laying down, giving up this week and last week and the week before. She's walking around, following me around, watching everything I do, following me to the toilet. And I told myself, after I was crying, getting ready to say, I didn't want to say goodbye. I yelled at God and said, I'm not ready, God. This is the month my mom passed away. And I said, God, is my mom coming for Faith? Is that why? And I said, I'm not ready, God. I'm not ready. And I prayed for Faith, and I've been praying for Faith. Chris says she looks like my Riley bug, exactly like her. That's so cute. So I made like a deal. I didn't make a deal with anybody I shouldn't make a deal with, but I made a deal with the energy of the earth. I said, okay, I am not ready to let Faith go. I know she has probably organ failure. I talked to a veterinarian friend. I talked to vet tech friends. I know myself with 23 plus years working with animals, senior, disabled, okay? And I pulled every trick out of every knowledge book I have in my mind and all the tips and information I got from my friends. And I said, we are going to go hard and make it work as best as we can, even if that only buys us a week or a few days or just gets us through this past weekend, which today is Sunday. So here she is. She had a solid bowel movement, but there was some blood in it today. But yesterday it was a full-on diarrhea, long diarrhea. This morning? I need to be writing this down. But anyway, yeah. And then she also went on to, so today she had that, but she also later had a bowel movement this evening. So tonight, yeah, so today she had two bowel movements, one in the early 9 a.m. in the morning that was not pretty, but it didn't seem to be full on blood, but it wasn't solid. Then in the evening around 8 o'clock, there was a solid with a little drop of blood. And it didn't look excellent, but it was more solid than it has been in weeks. So that was really cool. And she hasn't vomited in 2 days now. So we've got some over-the-counter meds that the doctor told me I could do to help her solidify her bowels and also have some anti-nausea, so stop the vomiting. But to be honest with you, she's not really wanting to eat it. So today she hasn't even gotten her anti-nausea pill. And all we want to do is just make sure she's comfortable and that we fight with her, because if she were ready to give up and couldn't stand up or couldn't walk around, she wouldn't be pacing around like she does all day, like a normal day. But right now, she came up to me and I was like, I picked her up and I thought, we're going to just hang out together. We're just going to hold each other and sit next to each other. And we're just going to be here together while we can. Because if you have organ failure, my friend, at some point, it's going to get bad and it's not going to go backwards. At some point, it's going to be full on seizures or full on diarrhea and not coming back. There's not going to be no more snuggle time. There's just going to be survival and saying goodbye. So when you have your pet and they start to really get old, you really got to make the time to really see who they are before they totally change because of the disease. Thanks for listening. I love you, Faith. I love my Faith. I love you. Thank you. Yes, Judy, agreed. And are you sitting there with your cat on your chair or on your bed with you now? Cats and dogs? Big dogs, huh? A while back, I also noticed she was sleeping by my side. This is about 6 months ago. Because of the blowouts, like blowout diarrhea, I had to change that. I would wake up rolling around in diarrhea or poop, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. So she's gotten comfortable sleeping next to me on the floor. And really bad days or nights, I go sleep next to her in a bed next to her, like closer to her. Which is why there's a twin bed in the living room, which is next to the doggy door, so I can always have that option. Look how thick this hair is. This hair is so thick. We used to shave her down in the summer. I used to shave all this off. I want to shave her so bad. This is so thick, but that is not a priority at this age of her life. But look how thick this hair is. Do you see how thick this is? This is hair. Look how thick this is, dude. But we would lay next to each other, and I would put my hand like here, you know, in bed, and she would cough. And I realized then, like I could sit like this or like this, but I cannot lay my hand on her body anymore because she can't handle it. Her body can't handle it. So as time goes by with your animals, you'll learn these things, and you'll be like, oh, every time I put my hand on her rib cage, it pushes down ever so slightly, but it does hit her heart, and it prevents her heart from beating properly, which tells me she may have onset or definitely has a little bit of heart disease. Which all of this combined is just what happens when you have an animal that gets old, you know. Like I said earlier, when dogs are snoring, I'm totally okay with it. Look at this girl over here. Look at these two. Look at my tie. My tie is completely curled up. You know what they're doing, right? He's over there. Love you, good night, Bubba. My tie looks a little chilly if you ask me, but he's curled himself around. That must be a perfect place to be to gain body temperature. I love you, Dad. Good night. See you tomorrow. Exactly. Or a bag of chips, open up. My doorbell's disconnected. Thank goodness my doorbell's disconnected. But a bag of chips, Saki will be wide awake. If you guys think that's really cute, check Brownie out over here. He's been there the whole time. He's such a cutie, man. By the way, his ears are pointed up because he is listening to what's going on. Brownie. 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 See, look. He tweaked his ear and he licked his mouth. Brownie. He tweaked his ear, look. Watch his top ear. Brownie. Bro. Did you know Brownie starts with B-R-O? That's why I say bro. Watch. I say bro all the time. Bro. Oh my gosh. If a bag of chips opens, I don't eat bags of chips, but it's funny, my dad gave me some tonight. He's like, do you want to try these chips? I don't want them. I was like, okay, so if I go get a bag of chips or something like that, Saki would be up in the kitchen. As if she's gonna get a bunch of chips, dude. I spent over 80 minutes with y'all, and I gotta be honest, I don't want to go anywhere, but I am getting chilly, and the minute I get up, I need to go ahead and wrap it up. Get Faith outside one more time to go potty and try to creep myself into bed. But I want you to know I don't want to go anywhere. So if you hung out this long, thanks so much. I hope you are a subscriber so we can see you again. Be sure you hit the bell so you get notifications when I go live again. Thanks so much for being a part of our life tonight. Daisy is like big as in weight. Daisy is big now eating scrambled eggs. That's awesome. I hear they're good for them. I also hear turmeric is good, but just not overdoing it. So a little turmeric in their eggs, a little turmeric in their food. Not a lot, just a little bit. Man, Faith, I haven't done scrambled eggs. No, Faith is really on, like, I say she's on the mushy stuff, but then she eats the heck out of this particular treat. I don't know why she goes for these treats. She has to chew them up. But everything else is mushy, like yogurt, baby food, which is the only baby food she's really eating is turkey or mostly chicken, the chicken baby food. Usually I can do scrambled eggs or something like that, but even tonight she did. Faith ate rotisserie chicken that I chewed up because I gave her a piece, she wouldn't eat it, so then I chewed it up and put it down on a plate and she ate it. So then I sat there and chewed up a bunch of food for her, a bunch of rotisserie chicken, and she ate half of it. It was great. Well, I guess I could try scrambled eggs if she's not going to eat. She's been real finicky. Oh, I forgot. I keep telling you about that, huh? I forgot about that, Doug. Forgive me. Dude, I cooked all this turkey. This is just before I had to start putting Faith on hospice care. So I cooked all this turkey. She's been eating turkey and broccoli, for a long time. And I cooked all this turkey, and I was like, I'm going to put some turmeric in there. Faith was like, yep, not going to eat it. And she hasn't eaten turkey since. And she went straight into the hospice care anyway. But all that turkey meat with turmeric in it. Oh, and then I heard this video. It said turmeric actually, like, it comes alive when you add a little bit of black pepper, right? So and black pepper is okay in small quantities for your dogs. And so I did a little black pepper and turmeric in that turkey. And yeah, it did have a little color to it, you know? And Faith was like, yeah, no, I'm not eating that. She refused the turkey after that. And now just like, I haven't brought it back and I won't do that again. But Miracle is on turkey and broccoli as well. And she's eating it all up for us. But I have to laugh because, I mean, it was kind of like an orange turkey meat now. Excuse me. Excuse me. A burp and laugh at the same time. I'm so sorry. My dogs, I'm sure, are like, man, you do some crazy stuff, you know. But I want to have done it so that I can share what I've done, you know. They had this study. You can look it up in like some book of medicine for dogs, but they had this study about garlic. They had this study about garlic and how they fed them and how they know whether or not dogs are allergic to garlic or it can kill them or whatever, right? So in China, they gave like 22 or 30 garlic cloves. That's all they fed these dogs. And they fed them these garlic cloves 3 times a day for their meals or whatever. And I could be wrong on the number, but it was between 20 and 30 or more. And there was no reaction. They did it for over 2 weeks. Every day, that's all these dogs were eating was garlic. And there was no reaction. So I have to say, do your own research, but I do put garlic in their food when I cook it. Not all the time, and not every day, and not twice a day. But there are things that are good for them. They can have it. It won't. Look at Saki's. You could tell where she's chewing her foot down to the skin. But yeah, so I had cooked because garlic kills bacteria in your body, right? And Miracle was going through all those allergies in her eye. And there was a point where I was like, there's like 3 or 4 cloves of garlic in her food, right? And I'm like, at first she was eating them, right? At first she was eating them. And eventually she was like, it was the only thing left in the bowl, you know? And I have to chuckle that I've tried everything for my dogs. You know, I will try everything. If it means that they could get well or get better or stay alive or fight for their life, I freaking try everything. So Marsha's got some black cat problems, and you got cameras, so they're setting your cameras off. Hey man, say a prayer over your house. And Doug, I was wondering, so I put some honey on a plate, and I was like, man, I forgot. Can dogs have honey? So I licked it right up. I put the raw honey on Daisy's food. So you sent me that raw honey. I gotta say, it didn't have the best of flavors. It was kind of a weird flavor. I don't know. I ate it, but it had its own unique little flavor. Um, but I put that honey on a plate, and I was like, dang, I didn't have time to do the research right then. But yeah. Oh, they say honey is good for allergies. Oh, you know what's funny is I do pollen, but not honey. So Miracle gets pollen on her local pollen on her food. And I mean, it's $10 a bottle. We've been doing that for over 2.5 years. And I feel like it helps. I mean, look at her eye. It's all the stuff I'm doing has fixed her eye. And I haven't given her medication in her eye in over 2 weeks. And I hope it doesn't backfire. But I literally was like, I'm taking her off her eye medication. I'm going to see if we can sustain it. And so far we have. So I hope it doesn't backfire. But you can only do medicine for so long before it starts to cause more problems, you know. But yeah, I should have remembered the honey thing because my dog's on pollen. But yeah, I gotta see if Faith will eat some honey for sure. All right, everybody, I don't want to leave right now, but I'm going to let you go so I can get up and let Faith out one more time and maybe even try to give her something to eat. Your local honey will do the same for them. Exactly. The local honey. Good night, Bubba. I thought you went to sleep already. The local honey here will help the pollinating of the bees in my area will help Miracle with her eye because it's a local pollinating happening. So I love that you sent me some local honey from where you're at. We will still use it. And I love that. It's an awesome gift. A lurker. That's an awesome gift, Doug. And we will use it. But local honey to where you're at will help you and your allergy problems. Wherever you are at, if you didn't know that. And if you don't like honey, you can just put pollen in your food and it keeps better than honey. The pollen is just little pebbles. And for me, it's easier to give pollen to Miracle in her food than it was honey. Or maybe she didn't like it. I can't remember, but good night, Judy. Good night, Dede and Faith. See you tomorrow. Good night, Judy. See you tomorrow. Does that mean I should go live tomorrow? Good night. See you tomorrow. I'm going to turn the heater on and get a space heater out for us all in here, this living room right now. Look how curled up he got. He is freaking cold. I'm sorry, my dad. We're going to fix it right now. I am sure it's chilly outside. Good night, everybody. Good night. Thanks for being here.